Alright, it has been 2 weeks since we last did a reaction to a One Piece manga chapter. And today's chapter, as I can see above me right here, disco, anywho, we're going to be reading chapter 1140, which is a fun word to say. 1140, 1140, 1140. Anywho, I think that also, just because I'm live, I think that either late tonight or late tomorrow, I think the trailer for Tritty will probably come out for HSR. We might record a reaction to that while I'm live, if it just happens to come out while we do this recording here. So, just stick tuned to the end, just in case there's extra stuff. Anywho, YouTube folks, that'll just get cut off at the end and probably put into a separate video. But, long story short, where we last left off in One Piece, if I remember correctly, we saw two shadows that I predicted would be Ulti and Page 1, and looking at today's cover story, or cover page, we have chapter 1140, SCOPPER GABAN, but that's not important. What's important is, there's Ulti pinned to a dartboard on this cover page, with who's doing a tonguey smile. Alright, start with the Wano rant, as per usual. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest, Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 26. We have been in this for over a quarter of a century, it feels like. Ulti, if anything happens to Pepe, I'll hunt you to the depths of hell and beat you to death. Okay. Ulti clearly doesn't care about what's going to happen to her. She's already a fan-favorite character, so I'd be surprised if anything bad happens to her. I also wonder if Oda intended for Ulti to be such a fan-favorite character. That being said, I think we just have a thing, as a society, for sisters that are brocons. There's just something inherently funny about that. I know that, what was it, Gigak would probably just say it's the spice. It's the spice that makes the relationship interesting. Whatever you say, Garnt. Anywho. So, I actually feel like I'm Wano ranted out, so I don't really have a lot more to say about this pilgrimage. Only, I have to say that it is odd that we've now had like 2 or 3 of these cover stories that technically barely have even featured Yamato in them at all. And there were 2 silhouettes last time. I'm going to try to get a closer look at this. I don't see Page 1 anywhere in this cover page. Which makes me wonder where Page 1 is. Because there were 2 silhouettes that were shown in the last week's cover page, but we don't have them. We only have Ulti here. And Ulti does not look threatened. I know she's chained to a dartboard, and there's a bunch of fucking swords with, Who's Who clearly about to throw another sword at her. But there's 5 swords in the dartboard. There's one between her legs. And she's chained at the legs and the arms in the T-pose position. So, yeah, she doesn't look very threatened. She looks pissed, actually. She has the fully whited out eyes in the half circles adjacently in the angry eye position. So she's probably pretty fine. She's probably going to be okay. And I wonder if this means if we're going to end up with either Who's Who, Ulti, and Page 1 as Yamato's vassals by the end of this. One of my big predictions for if they decided to do anything with Yamato post Wano would be have them recruit some of the remnants of Kaido's crew so that they can make their own pirate crew and then leave Wano and go on their own adventure. That's what I would recommend doing for them, but I don't know if we'll actually go that route. It seems likely, but a lot of these characters haven't really been explored enough for us to get like a full, in-depth look at their personality. Who's Who was like literally what, in like 3 chapters? I think Ulti got a lot more screen time than Who's Who and a lot more personification. Maybe that's why she gelled with the audience so well. Page 1 got introduced, got his ass beat by Sanji, so he was irrelevant for the rest of the arc. And then he showed up again as a weaker version of Ulti. Which was, at least the way the anime portrayed her. She was, like, able to headbutt Luffy to the point where it looked like it was, threatening. That being said, she also failed to kill Usopp and, Nami, so I guess whatever you want to say about power levels, if you care about power level discussion, Ulti can't possibly be all that strong. But we've, dwelled on this cover page for a little bit too long, so let's move to pages 2 and 3. Alright, what do we got here? Okay, back to the castle. We don't get a little bit of an update. So, I guess where we left off last time, Mr. Ya was going to challenge Luffy for the key. How come we have to take the key from you? Just give it. Sir Ya, what is the meaning of this? Yeah, Roto. What's wrong? Can't do it? This is basically Kakashi's spell test from Naruto. Except it's with, like, an endgame NPC instead of Kakashi. Okay, that's it. Luffy? My dad used to be a pirate. He can even hold his own against Elbaph warriors. Oh, Zoro's remembering what Cullen said. Okay, he stretches, tries to grab the key. He moves it out of the way. Swish, swish. Why does Luffy just keep going? He's got the big face that he does with the big angry eyes and the frown with his lip like all. All right. Listen, old man, I just want to get this to Loki so I can go back to the feast. Just take it from me then. I will. And he jumped. Oh, he's about to do an overhead smack. He's hockeyed up the key. Bawang. Wait, Sir Ya, are you kidding me, Luffy? Okay, Luffy's mad now. He's going full angry mode. That's a nifty straw hat you got there. It'd look better on you than that helmet, I bet. Yeah, because it's the treasure I'm holding for Shanks. Now give me that key. He's really yelling now because all of his text is in bold now. You're only holding on to it. He didn't give it to you? The cheapskate. Gaban making fun of the fact that that Shanks expects him to return the hat. That's one of the things that I actually have been theorizing since, like, way, way back. I don't think Luffy's going to give the hat back to Shanks. I've never thought he was going to give the hat back to Shanks. It's so much of his own identity at this point. If Luffy gives the Straw Hat back to Shanks, what does that make Luffy? He's Straw Hat Luffy. That's how he's known. That's the identity he's forged at. Literally, even in the Japanese, do they call him, do the big enemies or anybody who talks to Luffy or refer to Luffy call him by Luffy? No, they call him Mugiwara, Straw Hat. Why would he give the hat back to Shanks? This is also probably one of the reasons why people buy into that whole Shanks is gonna die theory. Because if Shanks dies, how can he give the hat back? He could always put it on his grave. I got your hat back, Shanks. I'm a great pirate now. But, long story short, what's probably going to happen in all reality is he's going to give the hat back to Shanks, and Shanks will say, keep it. No, dummy, that's not what I mean. Don't call Shanks a cheapskate. You have no idea about him. Oh my god, he shoved the key in his head. He shoved it in his mouth into his head, now he's got a square head. You like to talk, boy. Alright, so that was 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Let's go to 6 and 7. Ooh, it looks like 7 is just one panel, so let's go through page 6. I expect this to be a short chapter if it's going to be all of this fight scene. Crash. Huh. Hold out the axes. Yasutakaru. What is he doing? Luffy, look out! Oh, he's sending a bunch of flying blade attacks all at once. Everything in the room is getting diced up. And that's the entirety of pages 6 and 7. It's just a huge panel of him throwing a bunch of slashes with his axes. Should I reuse the panel? Should I reuse my thumbnail where I have the pirate version of me holding the 2 axes? I think I should keep that in there. I wonder how many people caught that in my thumbnail. The thumbnail I did for 1139 is just because I made such a big deal in the cover story about page 1 being back. Page 1 on page 1. Then I thought it would be funny just to put page 1 and Ulti in the thumbnail. But, and then, as a tiny little spoiler that only the people that read the chapter would have noticed, is that I gave 2 axes to my little Walfas avatar. Have I mentioned the Walfas avatar for anyone on the One Piece channel? So for those who don't know, there's a comic book format called Walfas, which was based off of Kirby M's Create a Toho character little program. So yeah, the guy that you see in a lot of my thumbnails is a version of me as a pirate that I made for a little Walfas comic I write for YDaft. For those who know what YDaft is, you can find it on Reddit. I do some fan works for there. You can usually catch me in the threads of many of the comics that are in that Reddit thread. I've put my little comic series on hiatus so I could have more time to stream, as well as handle classwork and work the 2 jobs that I work. So, the comic is sadly something that's fallen to the wayside, but it has 60 chapters for anyone who wants to read it. I have... all of them are published on Reddit currently, but I do have a DeviantArt page where I've published most of them there. I have to check to see what number I'm up to. I've made 60, but I don't think I've published all 60 there yet. I just have been too lazy to put them up there. Because when I do fully publish them on the DeviantArt, I make sure to tag every single person that made an asset for the comic. Credit your artists, people. Anywho. That's, not important. Where was I? Right, we're gonna move to pages 8 and 9. Slice. Oh, there goes a chunk of the castle. Nice external shot. He's got a good crew. Oh, it's a thought bubble. Roto and Nami freaking out. Let's go, Zolo. Yeah. Indeed. All in white. Oh, Luffy's gone gear fit to fight Scopper? Cutting to a weird external shot where something's crumbling. Okay, the tower's falling. You're gonna get it now. Glint in his eye. I yield. Yeah. Stop playing games with us, old man. Don't get bent out of shape. It's just a joke. Oh, so he doesn't yield? 10 and 11. You can't pass this off as a joke. Earlier you tried to kill us. And are you dead? The key you're after is in your possession. Right. Because he shoved it in his mouth and Luffy has the key now. And this was to see if the fight was to see if you could take the key from him. I kind of wasn't paying attention. I kind of got absorbed into my old sign conversation. Ah. Ultra Rare Luffy, if you don't know this, man is, don't get ahead of yourself, Roto. If Elbaph is still intact, by the time you're leaving this island, come see me again. That's ominous. That's an ominous line. Top of page 11. Why would we do that? I never want to see you again. Yeah, you idiot. Thanks for taking us to the key, though. We'll never meet again. Oh, flashback. Wait, Shanks. What makes you think you're gonna trust this guy? Good point. Do as you will with him, Gaban. Alright, cutting back to the owl school, I think. Teacher, 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 teacher. Look, 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 look. What? What is it? Bird. Bird, bird, bird. Uh-oh. That's right. The arrow bird that, what was his name? Gunko made. So you see birds all the time, but it's a weird bird. Weird bird, bird, bird. Where? Oh, this is bad. We're on pages 11 already, so let's move to 12 and 13. We got to be getting close to the end of this chapter. We've only been talking for 15 minutes, and I know that I've been rambling a lot, so we were speeding through this chapter. This has been a lot of me chatting at the camera today. The Sun World. They even have a school served up to us on a platter. I'll make the call. Go ahead. Okay, they're making a giant summoning circle again. That doesn't look good. I don't see any weird numbers on the pentagram. Who are they summoning? Oh, there's the black bolt of lightning. There's the smoke and flame. Alright, fine, fine. I'm willing to go. Just give me a minute. Who the fuck is this? Where are we leaving from? Where's the abyss? That's very suggestive. The abyss? Are they literally summoning demons? I mean it. Aren't we supposed to get some time to change at least? This is a big spread. This is probably the... Oh, this is not the last page. 14:15 is not the last page. Can we have an hour? What happens with the other thing? You know, food situation, we're not letting the gods starve, are we? Right, that's the whole thing that's going on with the disordered food storage is still an issue. Holy Knight, Shepherd Family, Saint Somers. Somers. I feel like that name I've heard before somewhere. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. Big trouble. I'm late. I'm very late. I was half asleep. Where am I supposed to go again? Holy Knight. Rimashifu Family. Saint Killingham. So, I guess we're getting more names for the 21 families, I believe, from the Celestial Dragons. I don't know if we've gotten all 21 yet. I don't think we have, but I don't know if we've gotten these two yet. Shepherd. Yeah, we have gotten the Shepherd family name, because one of the Gorosei is Shepherd, right? He's got a big guy with a coat, sitting all cross-legged, not wearing shoes. And then we have another guy in this weird knight epauletted suit that has, like, a dragon head with a gas mask and a bubble. Gunko doesn't look very happy. What is it, Gunko? Why are you in my house? Huh? Shamrock? Huh? We're in Elbaph! Okay, good to know. The summoning circle can teleport people against their will. I want to go back a page. I'll make the call. Okay. So do they get to control who's summoned or not? Now I'm concerned. Okay. Oh, now we're on the last page, 1617. Who grabs my entire room, sofa included? I mean, really? So this is the land of giants. It's huge. We only needed one. Why are there two of you? Because you're going back, Commander. I am? Orders from above. Ah, so that's the deal. Yes, the situation in the Holy Land is rather dire. It's all gone wrong ever since the reverie. Your presence there will be a benefit, Shamrock. So what's the situation and the mission? What were you doing all in this unaffiliated country? Paying a visit to Harold's grave? Harold has a relationship with the world government. That's interesting. Okay, got it. No, just cutting to that. Well, it looks like Somers has already changed outfits and he's in the full knight garb now. You want us to kidnap some kids and take them to the Holy Land. They're too big to stuff into sacks, though. But those without the mark cannot travel through the abyss pentagrams. That means we'll have to sail them back. Ugh. Why, you? With your powers, you can make it into a game. Whose powers? Well, that's where we end. So there are now 4 Holy Knights on the island of Elbaph, although it looks like Garling is going to be leaving. Shamrock Garling will be leaving. So our villains for the arc are going to be Sommers, Killingham, and Gunko. Those are going to be our arc villains, I guess. And then whatever the deal is with Loki, I guess we'll get to eventually. And I guess we still don't know who Shaggy is. We still don't know who the person that was contacting Loki via the transponder snail was. We now know that the mysterious silhouette was Mr. Yaw / SCOPPER GABAN. We have met 2 more Holy Knights. We got a little bit of insight into how the teleportation circle thing works. So apparently they have to have some kind of mark on them, and it lets them travel through the abyss. Now, whatever the fuck the abyss is, I don't even really know. Now, let's see. Let's go through some chapter highlights. Honestly, Ulti, nice seeing her back on the cover page. Fan favorite. Most people's fight, I've been very vocal about this. I do not like the way manga format paneling works for fight scenes, because it's kind of harder to follow, and it makes the chapters shorter. Because in order to show so much movement, you have to have so many panels, which increases the page count for not a lot happening. Because, like, if we really count, like, just the panel-wise how much happens in this fight scene, it's Luffy tries to grab the key, Gaban dodges twice, moves the key out of the way, smacks him over the head with a hockey-infused key. Luffy gets mad, then he gets the key shoved into his skull and thrown at him, like a dart. Then Gaban pulls out the axes, throws a bunch of slashes. Everyone comes back. Fight's over. That was 9 pages that I just described in about 2 sentences. And then the meat of the chapter, the most interesting thing in the chapter, for me personally, is this little bit at the end. We get to meet some more Holy Knights. We get some insight into how their powers work. Or more specifically, the powers of the weird teleportation circle. So I guess that power is definitely not unique to Saint Saturn. There was a lot of people theorizing that it might have been his Devil Fruit power or yokai power that was creating these circles. But access to the Abyss makes me think that this might just be some scientific power. Or it might be magic. Who knows? I really don't. I'm not the guy to ask. But we got a guy with a dragon for a head, and we got a guy that's probably related to one of the 5 Gorosei. So, these are our villains for the arc. Kind of sad. Luffy will probably not get to see Shamrock, so that's kind of disappointing. Alright, predictions for the next chapter. I don't think we're on break next week. If we are, I haven't been told. So, look forward to seeing this next week. But I think we can cut back to Frankie and the crew that are at the party. I feel like we haven't seen from them for a few chapters, so it might be time to go do that. Luffy's got to go try to meet up with Loki. I don't know if we'll get to that in the next chapter. Maybe we'll end on him arriving at where Loki is in the forest. Who knows what's going on with that. And I don't really have any more predictions for that. I don't think that the Holy Knights are going to act immediately, because they can't use the teleportation circle to kidnap the kids and peace out. They're probably going to have to call in some warships so that they can have an escape route to kidnap the kids. So odds are we're probably not going to get any action from the Holy Knights for the next couple chapters, is my prediction. While they basically await on reinforcements. Unless they want to make the really stupid move, which is to go kidnap the kids now, and then try to hold them until reinforcements arrive so that they can move the kids out. Which is a dumb plan, and I hope that's not what they do. Beyond that, you got to hear a lot of my thoughts on a lot of my opinions and things. So we're just going to end here. On a separate note, though, I want to just check something. It does not look like that new video is out, so let's just get into the outro. Thank you, everybody who stopped by. This has been a very fun, heartwarming... Not heartwarming. Why did I say heartwarming? This has been a very fun experience. I'm glad that I get to share it with y'all. And as always, I'd like to remind you that if you want to see more of these, join the Discord. I'm going to be talking about them there. We can even talk spoilers, because I love talking about One Piece. I love this series has been around for like 3/4 of my life, and it has been a large defining aspect of it. So I greatly look forward to how this series concludes, and I really hope it sticks the landing, because we're getting closer and closer to the end. That being said, I think that we're probably going to be doing this for the next 7 years, possibly. But at the pace that Elbaph's going, I think that we might not actually be in Elbaph for very much longer. A lot of videos are going to be in the pipeline soon, so look forward to that. This video will probably be up by Monday. I'll make sure to have it up by the end of Monday. And I think that I still need to do some editing on my most recent playthrough of Star Rail. So that'll... Not Star Rail. I'm in the middle of doing the event on Genshin Impact. I did the first third of it. I've already recorded it. I've already trimmed it down, and it's already uploaded to YouTube. It's just not been made public yet. So that'll be out by the time you're seeing this. And I guess I'm going to go watch Randy Troy's reaction to this chapter, because that's usually what I do after one of these. Although I might not do it today because it's already like 11 o'clock at night. So I'm going to have a nice train ride tomorrow on my way to class, and I'll probably listen to it then. Until next time, everybody, stay safe. I'll see you all in the next stream, the next video, or even in the Discord. Wherever I see ya, I'll see ya. Stay safe, everybody.